Rona Moonshale. In the tangled alleys of the Dreamweaver's Bazaar, where stalls are lit by flickering lanterns and the scent of incense mingles with the distant echo of ancient stone, Rona Moonshale walks as the cave whisperer. She is known for listening to the murmurs that rise from the cavernous roots beneath the market, translating their secret sighs into whispered tales for the wandering customers. Her days are spent in quiet contemplation, cataloguing the soft murmur of stone and the fleeting dreams that drift like smoke through the stalls, while the bazaar hums with the ordinary rhythm of trade and barter. One night, as the moon hung low over the market, a strange, luminous shard fell from the sky and embedded itself in the heart of the bazaar. It pulsed with an uncanny light, and the very air seemed to shiver in response. The merchants paused, eyes widened, and the whispers from the caves grew frantic, as if the stone had awakened a long-slumbering nightmare. The incident broke the steady flow of commerce, and a sense of dread settled over the bazaar like a heavy fog. Rona felt the weight of the unknown pressing upon her spirit. She could not ignore the desperate cries echoing from the depths beneath the market, nor the frightened faces of the merchants. With a determined breath, she resolved to descend into the cavernous roots, to confront whatever hidden force the shard had awakened. She gathered her tools, a simple lantern, a notebook of forgotten whispers, and a sturdy rope, and set her mind on the task, refusing to let fear bind her resolve. As she ventured deeper, the darkness grew thicker, and the cave walls seemed to breathe. She encountered an old cartographer named Mikhail, whose maps of the dream tunnels offered a fragile ally, and a sly merchant, Petrov, who whispered of a hidden society of dream weavers who might help. Yet shadows coalesced into hostile shapes, vaporous guardians that hissed and threatened to seal the passages. Each step revealed that the shard's power threatened to consume the bazaar and all its dreams, and Rona felt the stakes rise like a storm on the horizon. Halfway through the labyrinth, the shard erupted in a burst of blinding light, shattering the fragile peace. It turned against its own source, projecting a nightmare of endless corridors, each one looping back upon itself. Rona's companion, Mikhail, was swallowed by the illusion, and the cartographer's map dissolved into dust. The very ground seemed to betray her, and the mission she had pledged to protect fell into chaos. The realization that her own doubts had become the very obstacle she sought to overcome struck her like a cruel revelation. In the aftermath, Rona found herself trapped within a labyrinth of her own doubts, the shard's glow now a cruel beacon. She attempted to wrest the darkness from the heart of the cave, but her resolve cracked under the weight of the endless echo. The stone's power overwhelmed her, and she fell to its insidious influence, losing the precious fragment of hope she had held. In that moment of failure, the cavern seemed to close in, as if the dream-woven walls were tightening around her. Amid the crushing darkness, Rona recalled the stories of those who had once walked these paths, and a flicker of determination ignited within. She remembered that the cave itself had always spoken, not to command, but to guide. With a trembling breath she rose, clutching the lantern, and chose to confront the nightmare not with brute force, but with the quiet listening that defined her as the cave whisperer. She steadied her mind, willing the whisper of stone to become a guide once more. At the deepest chamber, the shard revealed its true form, a wretched dreamweaver, a spirit of twisted visions that fed on fear. Rona faced it, not with a weapon, but with a single steady word drawn from the whispers of the cave: peace. The words resonated through the stone, and the dreamweaver trembled, its dark aura faltering. The cavern quivered, and Rona's voice rose like a prayer, compelling the creature to relinquish its hold on the bazaar's dreams. When the light finally steadied, the shard shattered into harmless shards that fell like rain, each fragment dissolving into the night. The dreamweaver's hold was broken, and the bazaar awoke anew, its stalls buzzing with renewed vigor and quiet wonder. Rona emerged from the caves, her hands still trembling but her heart calm, a new respect for the delicate balance between dreams and stone shining in her eyes. The bazaar thrummed with life once more, and Rona, the cave whisperer, returned to the market, now a place where whispered dreams and the steady hum of the caves lived together in fragile harmony.